Alright, today we're going to take a look at the creative flow of Lightroom presets and profiles, and this includes 1200 Lightroom presets, 1100 profiles, and 200 brushes. Down below we have 10 raw files we're going to be working with, and we're going to go through some creative edits, portrait looks, landscape, extreme, and film emulation presets. So let's take a look at this first raw file. I took this one early in the morning in Venice, ISO 500, 105mm f20. And for this one, let's go into the Creative HD because we have the perfect preset for this. And it's before sunrise. There we go. So there's before, there's after. And while we're in this collection, let's go to another raw file here. This one was taken in Paris. And this one was at dusk. So let's go down to after sunset. There we go. There's before and there's after. Now we can move on to some portrait edits. I took this one in Toadstool, Arizona. ISO 100, 50mm f2.8. And let's go to the portrait collection right here at the top. And we're going to find something nice. And I like this one. Give it a click. And going over here, you'll notice that these have profiles. So you can intensify the look if you want, or you can use the profile independently from the preset. And there we go. So that looks fantastic. Let's check out before and after. There's before, there's after, and there's side by side. Here we have our next raw portrait file. ISO 100, 50mm f2.8, taken in Venice. And let's try something from the bottom here. I'm going to go with one of these Vogue presets. And that one looks really nice like that. And the film looks really nice as well. Let's go with that one and take a look at the side panel here. You'll notice we have the profile again, and I can intensify the look just a tad right there, and that looks amazing. All right, let's go to the top and check out the reset. There's before and there's after. And our next photo is a landscape raw photo. Let's take a look. ISO 100, 16mm f5.6. So let's go into the landscape collection and we're going to check out sunset. Give that a click and you'll notice that we have a profile here. We can adjust that and notice the sunset. This profile picks up all the light. Let's go right about there. And I'm going to boost up the white just a tad and drop down the temperature just to bring in some of that blue back into the sky, and that looks fantastic. Here we have before and there's after. Here we have our next raw file. Took this one in Palm Springs, ISO 100, 26mm f11, and let's try a film emulation. I'm going to go over here to the Fuji film emulation, and let's try the Pro 160. That looks great. We're going to boost up the shadows a bit. There we go, and maybe the black just a bit there. You'll notice this one has a profile as well, so you can use that independently from the preset. And here we go. So let's check out before and after. There's before and there's after. Gives it that nice film look. We're going to try another film emulation preset with this raw file. Took this one in the Grand Canyon. There's our settings. And let's open up the Kodak film emulation and try something from the top. Try this one right here. Go to the side panel. And let's boost up that profile so we get more of an intense look. There we go. Drop down the highlights. Boost up the shadows. And there we go. Let's check out before and after. There's before. There's after. Here we have our next raw file. ISO 100, 35mm f5, and for this one we're going to try some extreme presets. So we got some seasonal ones in here too, and there's some pretty cool dynamic looking presets in here. So let's go with, those are nice. Let's go with the Sand Dunes Balance. There we go. Let's check out before and after. There's before and there's after. Go side by side. Let's take a super close look. Before, after. Really brings out that sky and gives it a nice, cool cinematic look. Here we have a nice raw file, vintage car. Here we have our settings. And since it's a vintage, let's go to the vintage collection. Open that up. And let's try some of these. Faded jeans looks nice. And let's go with old classic. There we go. That one looks amazing. There's before and there's after. And here we have our final raw image for this demo. Here we have our settings. And let's go to the Nightscape collection right here and try something different for this. Let's go with Twilight. That's looking pretty nice, actually. I like that one. Let's go with that. And we're going to boost up the shadows a little bit. Drop down the highlights. Increase the exposure. And perhaps we're going to play with the profile. So I'm going to intensify that a little bit more. There we go. That looks fantastic. Go up to the top and check out before and after. There's before and there's after. So that's it. That was a quick look at 10 raw files using the Creative Flow Lightroom presets and profiles, including 1200 Lightroom presets, 1100 Lightroom profiles, and 200 creative brushes. If you want to learn more about the Creative Flow, go to presetpro.com, and there we have more videos like this. Thanks for watching.